This video is on gerunds, which are verbal nouns. It corresponds to the Ecce Romani textbook, chapter 58, and your Oxford textbook, chapter 50. A gerund is an ing form of a verb, which is not a participle and is not a real verb. The examples that we see down here are singing is an art, and I like singing, and walking in the park on Tuesdays with my friend is fun. The first example, singing is an art. Singing is the subject. It's the name of a gerund is the name of the act of singing. And the second one is the direct object. I like singing. The third example shows us that gerunds can be modified by prepositional phrases or adverbs. They can have direct objects just like any other verbal form, but they are still nouns. What's fun? Walking in the park on Tuesdays with my friend. That's what's fun. They're not to be confused with participles. Down here, Quintus singing in the forest was attacked by a swarm of musical bees, hypothetically speaking, of course. In this one, singing modifies Quintus. So it would have the same gender numbering case as Quintus. It is a verbal adjective, not a verbal noun. In the first example here, Quintus is singing. That's a real verb. That's the same thing as saying Quintus sings. Let's see how they look in Latin. So I'm doing over here. Okay. Their basic formation in Latin, there are only 4 cases. Gerund is always neuter. It's always second declension. It has no nominative. The nominative is essentially the infinitive. Singing is an art is the same thing as saying to sing is an art. So we're not going to worry about that one too much. It has the genitive, dative, accusative, and ablative cases, though. So the endings, as we say, are e, o, and o. And those are the only endings that a gerund will ever have. Scrolling down a little bit here, a gerund is formed by taking the present stem, same one for the present participle, for example. We put the linking vowel, and these are the same linking vowels that we put on the present participle. Then we put nd plus the ending. Nd is for gerunds. Gerund has an nd in it. Participles have an nt, and then third declension endings. Gerunds have an nd plus second declension endings. Have, iri, pi, those are the, that gives us the order of the vowels, just in case you've forgotten that. Here are some examples. Amo goes to amandi, moneo, monendi. You can take a look at that. We don't have to go through all of them. Here, though, down here, this eo, ire is an irregular verb. And so it actually appears fairly often, comparatively speaking. It goes to eundi, so it's well worth knowing. Fero fere, as an irregular verb, actually turns out not to be that irregular in the gerund. The verb to be, there's no gerund for it. Being nice, they would find a different way to do that. They wouldn't use a gerund to do that. What cases? How do the cases work here? As we said, there would be no gerund in the nominative. It would be to sing as an art, canere est ars. Very often in the they use the genitive. They say the art of singing or the habit of singing. There are these certain Latin phrases that often take the genitive case. Dative. A typical phrase is, if in Latin, is time for doing something, time for singing, time for running in the park. And that would simply be canendo, tempus canendo, time for doing something. And the accusative, just like any other noun, is going to be a direct object. So he likes singing, it's simply the direct object. Ablative is very often an ablative of agent, an ablative of means. He irritates people by singing badly. Canendo. looking exactly like the dative, of course, but you use context to figure out the difference. There are a couple special uses of them. This purpose clause, you can express purpose just like an ut clause if you use add plus the accusative gerund. Add that in there. So if we say Quintus has come to sing, it's like saying for the purpose of singing. So Quintus ad canendum venit. He has come to sing. He has come for the purpose of singing. In the genitive, we very often see this word causa, which actually is the same thing as the word gratia, and they both mean for the sake of. So we would say Quintus studied for the sake of singing, or for singing better, would be melius, the comparative adverb, and then canendi causa, for the sake of singing. Notice that when you use causa or gratia, the noun comes first. The genitive noun comes first, and the causa comes second. There's a final word that we need to know in this one, and it is idoneus. Is a word that means suitable, and it is going to have the dative come after that. So we could say Quintus is suitable for singing, or is a man suitable for singing, as we're idoneus canendo, and that's how we would do that. So that would be a dative gerund. Quintus is a man suitable for singing. Very typical way of using Latin. So that's it. A gerund is active. It's got 4 endings. It's used in many ways in typical ways, but you've got to remember the add plus accusative for expressing purpose, the causa plus the genitive, and the idoneus plus the dative. And that's it.